know, the experience I had with my father, you know, I want my kids to also have the experience. I know they will come to the World Cup to support, and I know probably they won't remember this moment, but I will remember them. I'll remind them, like, do you remember this day I was playing at the World Cup and you were here? So that it will be like what my dad did for me.
That was Joseph Aidoo talking up his call up into the national team as he prepares to join the camp in Abu Dhabi. We'll have a look at the full interview with his club side, Celta Vigo. They posted that video. We'll have a look at it later today. But more reactions are coming in for the Ghana Black Stars call up, the final 26 that has been named. Coach Addo was able to answer 2 more questions, which I did not bring you in my video about the call ups. He addressed the question of whether injuries influenced the squad significantly, the call-ups that is, and the spirit in the camp, along with the criteria he used, among other things, to make the call-up. We'll have a listen to his answers to all those questions, but we're getting some reactions on the Ghana call-ups. Joseph Aidoo has reacted with his club side, Celta Vigo, posting that interview they had with him while he was en route to Abu Dhabi. We're also going to hear from AFRIYIE BARNIEH'S mother, who spoke with 3 Sports on her son's inclusion in the Ghana national teams. We'll talk about some of the players who will be making their first appearance for Ghana should they get the chance to play at the World Cup and in the international friendly versus Switzerland. I think it's only 2 debutants we'll have looking at them, and I'll be talking about the Ghana national team call-ups that have been made and my thoughts on it. As usual, subscribe if you have not. Click on the notification bell to get more updates. Let's get the votes coming in. Sahara Football, the best sports channel on YouTube. Let's get this win in the bag. Let's get right into it. And as we prepare for Qatar 2022, which is just 5 days away. Yes, it's just under a week away from Qatar 2022. Addo has finally named his final Ghana squad for the competition in Qatar. Talking about the final Black Star squad, tonight we want to have a discussion with you guys as the focus. How confident are you in the Ghana Black Stars team? Who should start in post for Ghana, among other things, on the squad, the final 26? We'll be doing it as we do it with the Black Stars news via a live chat. I'll share the link later on today, but you are invited to join us. Reactions are coming in on the national team, and the first player to get a reaction in is Joseph Aidoo, who in this video recounts his very first time as a kid watching the World Cup, and he now has the chance to play in the World Cup himself. Talks about how influential his dad has been to his career and to his growing days whilst a young man in Ghana here. Let's have a listen to Joseph Aidoo talking about his time and his reacting to being called up as a Ghana Black Stars player ahead of the World Cup.
It was a long time, and I didn't even remember that it would be like this. I remember my first World Cup I watched was with my father when France won, but I didn't recognize anything. So my father, he told me the final game when France scored, I was jubilating, you know, but I didn't record anything. So as time goes on, he keeps reminding me, like, do you remember this day? I didn't remember anything, but he keeps reminding me, and he said, one day I will be there. Yeah, you know, anytime I talk about football, about around this type of stuff, then I remember my father, because he has been a key role in my life, and everything about football is about him. As Portugal, Uruguay, the group is difficult. Any country can qualify, you know. Yeah, to qualify from the group, and we take every game at a step. You know the experience I had with my father. You know, I want my kids to also have the experience. I know they will come to the World Cup to support, and I know probably they won't remember this moment, but I will remember them. I'll remind them, like, do you remember this day? I was playing at the World Cup and you were here, so that it will be like what my dad did for me. And I'm really proud and happy that I'm going to the World Cup and my family will be there with me.
So there you had it. Excited to be there, happy he is there, and talked about his father extensively. Wants to be the same father his father was to him, to his kids. It was just great to see that video, and I thought I should share it. Also, another reaction coming in is Daniel AFRIYIE, BARNIEH'S mother. He spoke with 3 Sports in this interview here after it was confirmed that her son would be in Qatar for the World Cup. Let's have a listen to the mother of AFRIYIE, BARNIEH.
Me bane yafano. Hey! Awurade kese me nwanwa. Me de awurade asese ye hu me bane mobo na yafano bola omukwenu me de awurade asipa.
Eti minim se bia enigye no eye because bia on expect se bia ye be fa no ana se ogidi se bia nwanwa de ma.
Me pacho e me nwanwa pa de nti e me nwanwa ne se footballers e wo Ghana ha bebrebe enipa bebrebe ni ehu se sa akola we ne bɔ no ho mode yafa no eye me nwanwa na enye nwanwa ma awurade esan say with God all things are possible. Bibia timi ye ho enti si afa bi AFRIYIE bane a me dia yeyie ni aseda enam de manyankopon yenim se nyankopon na odi AFRIYIE hyase no ode ne bekɔ awie papa yenim se nyame ade ho ato no so no obobu AFRIYIE bane ama ball na esan so odi ne na si sa Black Star ninti awurade bedi na ti mankunim de Black Star dia.
Yes, so the mother obviously excited by the news that her son will be in Qatar 2022 and also a chance to probably put his name on the world map and show us what he is made of. The Accra Hearts of Oak man would be elated to be in Addo's final squad. Yesterday his side played, unfortunately, a goalless draw. But BARNIEH is on his way to Qatar. There are so many calls that BARNIEH does not deserve a place in the national team. We are all aware that Joseph Painter was snapped, and Addo's response was not quite great for me. He says the players know exactly why they were not called up. Yes, Otto, we are aware they know, but that is why we are asking you to tell us. Well, he also went on to say we should focus on the 26 that are here, which is a fair comment. We cannot go back and forth in trying to ask why every single player is not, those who are not there are not here. But it would have been fair to explain to us 2 players who did so well or still doing so well for their club side were not included. Painter, I think yesterday found the back of the net again. How do you omit such a player from the national team? It beats me. Painter, one of our better players at the African Cup of Nations, was omitted from the next game. So it's going to be a talk that will not calm down until maybe probably the Black Stars do extremely well in Qatar. Also, here are the debutants who will be making their very first appearance for Ghana should they play in that friendly versus Switzerland. They're just 2 of them. Sellssi Abdul Samad, who has made a return to the Ghana national. Well, this is his first time getting a call up into the Ghana national team ahead of the World Cup. He will be making his possible debut versus Switzerland on Thursday. Sellssi has been great this season for long, and he will hope to continue in that same vein of form for the national team. Another player is Kamal Soa. He has been called up to the national team before, but has never played for Ghana, so he could be making his debut for the Black Stars on Thursday where we take on Switzerland. So Kamal Soa, great in the Champions League for Club Brugge. They qualified after the first 4 games, and Kamal Soa will be eager to get his country debut when we play Switzerland and subsequently when we play versus Portugal. The first 11 versus Portugal, we'll be discussing that tonight, so join us and let's know your thoughts and what you think of the team going forward into Qatar. So those are the debutants, Kamal Soa and Sellssi Abdul Samad. The others have not much experience in the World Cup. The whole team, only 2 players have ever played in a World Cup, and they are Jordan Ayew and Andre Ayew. So those two are the most experienced players in the team, and will need some experience. This is a relatively inexperienced Ghana Black Stars team. Whatever you think of it, it's a team that's going to represent us in Qatar. We need to be behind them and support them. I'll leave you with the two questions that Addo answered at the presser when he announced the squad, and let me know what you think of the responses given by him. So that has been it for today, talking about the debutants, reactions to the call-ups or Addo's call for unity. Let me know everything you think in the comments box. We'll leave you with the two questions he answered from two journalists who were at the press conference. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the rest of the week. Tonight, we'll have a discussion. Hope you can join us.
To know to what extent did injuries, because we've seen a lot of other nations, release their squads already, to what extent did last-minute injuries change what I am sure was your list of players from the last time when you told us in Brazil, against Brazil and Nicaragua, you said about 70% of the team was known. So to what extent did recent injuries affect this final selection? Thank you.
Okay. I know it's a little word, but I said maybe around. So I didn't say like 70%. I don't know how players are left from that games. What I can say, we purposely planned it to do it on Monday the 14th because we knew things can happen. And it's a pity that some players got injured. And I really, really feel for them. Like I got injured myself many, many times. Still, I was lucky to play the World Cup 2006 in Germany. And I can just imagine how they feel. And it's very, very bad. But yeah, like I said, we have a good squad. We have also good players who are on standby, and this is standby, that you are ready in case something happens. So we always instruct players to be ready, not to go on holidays or whatever, to be ready, especially also in the next week. We are praying that nobody else got hurt. But I know as a coach that a lot of things can happen, and we have to be prepared for that. I wouldn't like to go on the exact replacements. I think we have to concentrate on the 26 players who are there, and we have to help them, cheer them up to do their best at the World Cup. And like the president said before, I'm actually looking forward, and I like it. The discussion shows that how much the people love football, but I'm looking forward for us to use this momentum football to unite, to work together. The media with the players to support them, the people of Ghana with the players to support them, and not go too much about what could have been or what should be or everyone's opinion. This is the status now, and we need your support to succeed at the Mundial.
Coach, what were some of the considerations that went into selecting, with your final squad? And also, this is the best that you have. How far do you see this team going at the World Cup? Lastly, how do you feel about the energy currently surrounding the Black Stars?
Okay, let me start with the last question. I think the energy is always high. Everybody's looking forward to play at the World Cup. For a lot of players, the first time. So it's a big, big thing. I'm looking forward to play. It's the first time as a coach for me. So the boys look ready, I have to say, and even those who are not called, scoring goals, doing well. So like I said, we really had tough decisions to make. It's like, how far? It's difficult to say. So we have to take it step by step. The first aim is to survive the group stage. And like I said, I'm confident enough that I know that we can do it. We have a good squad. The players are very adaptable because, like I said, I'm a coach who can change within the game also tactics, and they prove that they can do it also. And so I'm happy to have these players, which can, maybe use also my skill to adapt to the game and change. And if we can do this, we can get far. The first question was? So, like I said before, if I look on the squad before the match, but also during the match, I want to have different elements. And we have players who can, let's say, head well, who can shoot well, and who can dribble well. And the optimum is like a player who can do all at the same time. And but if it's not like this, we don't have a world superstar like let's say Messi or so. But we have very, very good players who have very, very good weapons. So for me, it's very important if I put a team together that I have all the weapons. That sometimes from the defense you have maybe right-footed, left-footed. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. Sometimes like whatever number 6 position, you also need to have a tall guy maybe, and instead of maybe just small guys who can play football, tall guys who can defend, headers who's good on the ground against the ball. So I think we have all the elements, and this is how we put the team together. Surely in discussions with my technical staff, and I'm very, very happy that I don't have a technical staff which is aside me and saying yes to everything I say. They challenge me, this is for sure. And based on their challenge, I also sometimes switch my decisions. But it's good, and it's helping me. It's helping, I think, the whole staff to take the right decisions, and I'm happy for that.
Okay.